This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good night, Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 19, 2022. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting the channel, and I trust that you had a wonderful day. Now tonight, family, sadly, we have to report that a third person has died from the St. Anne crash and 10 remains in hospital. So sadly, we see where, a number of persons are losing their lives because of this accident. Condolences to the families and the friends of those persons who would have lost their loved ones. And we are hoping for a speedy recovery of those persons who are now still in hospital. So the story says the third person has died as a result of injuries sustained in Friday's two-vehicle crash along the Laughlands Main Road in St. Anne, bringing the number of fatalities to 3. The identity of the victim has not been released. He reportedly succumbed around 12:30 p.m. on Saturday. A car with 3 fishermen on board reportedly crashed into a bus transporting private security personnel. Alwyn Smith, a fisherman from Steertown in St. Anne, who was driving the car, was pronounced dead at the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital shortly after. A second person died later. 10 persons from the accident remain in hospital, with 2 in moderate to severe condition, hospital CEO Delroy Morgan said Saturday. The crash happened Friday morning after the car that was traveling eastward to St. Anne's Bay allegedly got out of control and slammed into the bus, which was traveling in the opposite direction. At least 21 persons were reportedly taken from the scene for treatment. So there you have it, viewers and subscribers. That's the update that we have thus far. A third person has died from the St. Anne crash, unfortunately. So family, this morning we reported on an incident that took place in the parish of St. Anne, in which a man chopped his ex-girlfriend's partner to death. Now tonight we are here to update you that that person is now in police custody. So he's a 60-year-old man from Retirement District in Wattown, St. Anne, and he is in police custody, like I said before, because, you would have chopped his ex-girlfriend's partner to death. Now dead is Roy Alexander of Tracy District, Alexandria, St. Anne. Reports are that around 6 p.m. on Friday, Alexander went to visit his girlfriend, who has a child with the accused. The police say the 36-year-old woman who lives in Queen Heights, Discovery Bay, and the accused are no longer in a relationship. Alexander reportedly saw the accused man at the premises on his arrival. It is unclear what led to the altercation, during which Alexander was chopped several times. The police were called to the scene and the injured man taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The accused was held later that night and remains in custody pending further investigations. Alright, so family, you hear this story. Let me know what you think about this one. So remember to drop it down in the comment section, alright? And in this next story, man dies under bizarre circumstances in Westmoreland. The Westmoreland police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a man whose body was found in a neighbor's water tank on Saturday morning. The dead man has been identified as 57-year-old Stedman Barnes of Galloway District in Betheltown, Westmoreland. According to reports, a fire was seen coming from the house that Barnes occupied about 2 a.m. Residents indicated that they managed to extinguish the blaze, which was confined to the room that Barnes occupied. They later discovered the body of the deceased in the tank. It was later in the day, about 11 a.m., when firefighters, in a joint effort with residents and the police, managed to retrieve Barnes' body from the tank. While there is uncertainty as to how Barnes ended up in the tank, speculation ran rife that he developed a fright after waking up and finding his clothes ablaze. He then seemingly ran to the concrete edifice to access the water. However, this theory has not been confirmed by the police. A brother of the deceased told the news how they ended up finding Barnes. His room was on fire and he wasn't in there. And after we had searched for him, we found him up here, so, the distraught brother remarked. He explained that his brother lived alone and he had last spoken to him the day before over the phone. He further explained that the family was trying to deal with the sad news. We're trying to cope because we never expect this, he added. He disclosed that he had a close relationship with his brother, who was also a friend with everybody. A jovial for him name, he added about Barnes's character. Security guard robs a senior citizen. A security guard who assisted a senior citizen using an automated teller machine pleaded guilty to stealing almost $200,000 from her account. It was shared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court that on October 25, Charles White, who was posted at a financial institution in downtown Kingston, was approached by the complainant, who expressed the difficulty in making a withdrawal. She shared her personal identification number with White, who conducted the transaction for the complainant and handed over the monies. He did not, however, return the bank card. White, 54, subsequently withdrew $190,000 from the complainant's account. He pleaded guilty to simple larceny and access with intent to commit or facilitate the commission of an offense on Thursday. Why did you do what you did? Quizzed the senior parish judge Lauren Cole Montague. A remorseful White expressed that his actions were influenced due to having insufficient funds. Your Honor, I didn't have any money because the security work that I do is not enough, and I took it to put it back, and it ended up that it reached right here so. I'm so sorry about that, Your Honor. I have to sell all the things in my house to make back the money, White explained to the judge. The matter was adjourned to facilitate the attendance of the complainant. White is to return to court on January 26, 2023. Oh my God, so family, this one is really funny because, tell me what you think about this. The security guard explaining that, he might go through some difficulty. And so that is the reason why he would have, did what he did, took money that did not belong to him. I don't know. This should not be an excuse. We have to learn to satisfy, and we have to learn not to touch things that does not belong to us. So let me know what you think about this one, all right? Edwin Allen High runs out of path money, discontinues lunches for beneficiaries. The Clarendon-based Edwin Allen High School on Friday announced the discontinuation of lunches for students under the Program of Advancement through Health and Education for the rest of the school term. The current term ends in December. A memo with the update has circulated widely on social media. Once we receive additional PATH funds from the government, then we will resume this arrangement, it said. The school's principal said the announcement was nothing abnormal because this has been a situation that we usually find ourselves in. The funds that the government sends have been used up for this term, so we usually inform parents it's a standard procedure, he said. Harris added, it's just that you get funding and you as a school try to stretch it as much as you can because you get $150 per student, but a lunch costs $350, so if you should give a student $150, it would not be adequate. Robert Green, the school's chairman, declined to comment, stating that he had no information on the matter. Attempts to get a comment from Maureen Dwyer, permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, were futile as several calls to her phone on Saturday went unanswered. PATH is a government cash transfer program that targets Jamaica's most vulnerable populations. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.